is Crystal Brown with Channel ATV. I'm here with David Williams. And David, you work with the hydroplanes. Exactly what is your role working with the boats and the hydroplanes here at Seafair?
I am the executive director of the Hydroplane and Raceboat Museum. We're a not-for-profit corporation that runs a museum down in Kent. We're just south of Seattle, and we've got 12 restored unlimited hydroplanes on display, and we'll be running 2 of them at Seafair this year.
Now, I didn't know there was a boat museum in Kent. Is that something you guys have trouble with, is letting the public know you're there?
It is. It's a wonderful museum, but we don't have a big budget, so we don't do a lot of advertising, and we'd love to have people find out about us. We just haven't found a way to get the message out.
Now, one of the highlights of Seafair, obviously, besides the Blue Angels, are the hydroplanes. Tell me a little bit about these boats. I mean, obviously, there's a lot to go into them. Some of the racers were here today. I know the Oberto racer was here today. Tell me a little bit about hydroplane racing. Obviously, we just see it here at Seafair, but it's all over the country, and it's an actual sport, correct?
Absolutely. Hydroplane racing is the oldest form of motorsports. We started professional racing in the U.S. in 1904 with the Gold Cup. The Gold Cup is older than the Indy 500, older than Daytona 500, and hydroplane racing came to Seattle in 1951. It's been a big part of Seafair ever since. And we still travel all over the country. We have 6 races in the U.S. and we have 1 race overseas in Doha, Qatar.
Now, you're wearing a special shirt, the Blue Blaster. You spoke a little bit about the Blue Blaster. I believe it was in 1981 was its last race. It unfortunately crashed, destroyed the boat, and unfortunately killed the man who was racing the boat at the time. You've now restored it, and this will be the first time that in 33, 34 years that this boat has been back on the water here in Seattle?
Yeah, this is the first time it'll be back on the race course since the accident in Acapulco in 1981. The hero of our sport, sort of the Babe Ruth, the Michael Jordan, if you will, was a man named Bill Munsey. Bill was the winningest driver in the history of the sport, and he was killed behind the wheel of the Atlas van lines in an awful accident in Acapulco in 1981. And the boat hasn't raced since then, but we've got it. We spent 4 years with volunteers restoring it, and we're bringing it down to Seafair this year, and we're going to run it on Lake Washington for the first time in 33 years.
So that's history in the making, and you didn't want the last memory of the Blue Blaster to be the unfortunate accident that happened. So you're putting it back on the water. Seattle will actually get to see at Seafair this boat back for the first time in all these years.
That's right. As the winningest boat in the history of the sport, it was really tough that it ended its career all broken up and mangled and upside down in Mexico. So we felt it was fitting to totally restore it. It would be a great tribute to Bill Munsey and to all the people that put so much effort into Seafair over the years.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. Hydroplanes, we all know them during Seafair. They're so much fun to watch. Make sure you check out the Boat Museum in Kent. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you very much.